As Bobby Brown once said, too cold to hold, too hot to handle. Old Firm so well matched, it's too close to call. In the words of Kerry Miller, that is. That's not Bobby Brown, but it is your Old Firm preview, and it's Celtic against Rangers at Parkhead. Last time out in the Old Firm Chronicles, the OFC, it was one each at Parkhead. Effectively ended the title charge for Rangers last year. Sakala couldn't finish his dinner. Thankfully, Sakala's nowhere near a starting position in this team, although he will be probably coming off the bench. So if you look at it like that, it's not exactly ideal from a Rangers point of view. But you know what? We've got Kolak. We've clinical Kolak. But there is injury news going into this game. Of course, we've still our long-term absentees. Hollander, Suter. What is the crack with Yanis Hadji? I'd like to know where Yanis Hadji stands. But we're going to be doing a combined picked Celtic Rangers team. But we'll do that after I give my predictions and all that. But it is a very close Old Firm to call. Like, Rangers have had tougher tests this year than Celtic. I mean, this season, we've had PSV, Champions League playoff rounds. I mean, Celtic, they've kind of had it all their own way in the league. Rangers, in some games, have played shite, managed to get across the line. We're down to 10 men, 9 men even, and that's how we drew that game against Hibs. So if you look at it from that point, it should be 5 straight wins for each club. Obviously, ifs, buts, maybes, but realistically, it was a freak fucking accident that really shouldn't have happened. So, Celtic, they're yet to be challenged. In the first game, Aberdeen actually played alright, you know, and then they beat Ross County twice, Cup and League. They pumped Dundee United 9-0, and then, you know, in the Ross County game in the league, they kind of got a bit lucky in that. And then, of course, they've won all the other games as well. But they've had no European games, of course, they went straight into the group stages. And to be honest, has that helped them? Has that no helped them? It'll be interesting to see, because, like, it's interesting because whoever loses this game could spiral out of control, considering the fact you have a Champions League game, then a league game, Champions League game. Now, for us, we play, I believe it's Ajax first in Amsterdam, and then we play Aberdeen away, and then we play Napoli at home. I mean, and then obviously throw Celtic in front of all that. So there's 4 games, like, where there's like a real possibility of not winning. You know, I mean, you'd expect us to beat Aberdeen out the 4, like, but, you know, and Celtic, again, they'll have 2 Champions League games, a home game against Real Madrid. I believe they're at home first. So yeah, Celtic could get pumped about 5-0 off Real Madrid after potentially losing the Rangers. And that is a confidence killer. When we've seen what happened to Dundee United, they get pumped by Aced, and they've crumbled, albeit in the recent game they won in the Cup, but it's all about momentum in football. And the Old Firm have got a serious amount of momentum behind each other. Lawrence is out, though. That's a massive miss, in my humble opinion. But it's going to be a close game. I think if Rangers actually turn up and take it to Celtic and actually challenge Joe Hart, because Joe Hart rarely gets tested. He got tested against Dundee United when fucking Stephen Fletcher stuck the boot through his coupon. So, apart from that, he's not been tested. But I think if we actually match them at their intensity, there's no reason why we can't win. And you know what? I think it'll be a draw. I'm not going to say I'd take a draw, but if you lose this game, you never would take a draw going into this. If a loss and you're 5 points behind 6-point games in, man, it's not an insurmountable amount, but it gives the other team, it gives the mighty SELLICK a mighty acquisition to push on, you know, and get a bit more momentum. And then fuck knows what the gap will be by the next game. Because, I mean, if we lose it and then we're way to Aberdeen the next game, and then that could be more points dropped. Don't even want to think about it. But I'm going to go one each. I'm going to go with Kolak and Furuhashi with the goals. They'll probably be 2 poachers' efforts, to be honest. So that is it. But now we're going to dive into the fun part. We're going to pick my combined Celtic and Rangers starting 11. I'm not just going to factor in the league. I'm just going to factor in all the games. So Celtic, of course, played a couple of cup games, and then, you know, I'm going to factor in Champions League. But I'm going off form right now. I'm not basing it off last season or whatever. So we're going to dive straight in. And for goalie, I mean, people say, "Oh, how can you not pick Joe Hart?" I'm going to go John McLaughlin. I just feel like with McLaughlin, he's actually stepped up this season. He's made a bunch of great saves, and he's actually keeping Al McGregor out the team. So for me, it's him. At left back, I have to go with, where is he? The boring bastard, Greg Taylor. from Celtic. He's just been better than Barisic. I've questioned Barisic quite a lot this season at his defending, but he has did a couple of good crosses. In at left centre back, I am going to go with Cameron Carter-Vickers. Again, he's been solid, a couple of clean sheets. Yeah, it's a good signing for Celtic, to be honest. Next up, I'm going to go with James Sands. He surprised me, and he's been better than Goldson. I don't care about any. Goldson has fucked us over so many times in this year alone, man. I can think of so many goals he's cost us. I mean, against Braga in the Europa League final, against Union, against PSV. I mean, literally both goals were his fault against PSV, so it is what it is. In at right back, going to go with James Tavernier. So far, we've got 5 players in the team, 3 Rangers, 2 Celtic. Into the midfield, I am going to go with, where is he? Where is the big Australian? Matt O'Reilly. Even though he's not Australian, he's actually Danish, but he could have played for England. So yeah, this guy, he's good. Can't spin it any other way than that. In at centre mid, I'm going to go with Tom Lawrence. I feel like he's been very, very good for Rangers so far this season, and I don't think you can really complain too much from a Rangers perspective. The next centre mid, or just midfielder in general, I'm looking, and who else could really come in here? You know what? I'm going to go with... Who am I going to go with? You know what? I'm actually going to go with Scott Arfield. Now, people may be thinking, how the fuck is Scott Arfield making a comeback? But I'm talking of right now. This guy's bagging in goals for us. He's doing a lot more than other Rangers midfielders, so I think he's in there. Although, let's move in Jota, Kolak, and then I'm going to go with Furuhashi. I mean, I could put Tillman in, and I probably should put... You know what, actually, I'm going to put Tillman in. Sorry, Arfield, we're going to change that before I get slaughtered for it. Where is Tillman? Malik Tillman. There we go. To be honest, you'd probably switch Lawrence and Tillman a bit, so Tillman's more in a cam position, but it is what it is. So there we have it. We have 5 Celtic players and 6 Rangers players. I think that's a bit fair. I don't think, I mean, who could Celtic argue for? I mean, they could probably argue for Joe Hart, and that's probably a bit like, who's going to stick Juranovic in at this current point of time over Tav? Sands is better than... Jens has actually had a pretty good start to the season. Midfielders for Celtic, can't get any others really spectacular. And I think the front three, I think both sets of fans would probably agree with Jota, Kolak and Kyogo. That's just me. But anyway, we're going to confirm that. And there it is. Pick your combined Rangers Celtic 11. Boom! There it is, guys. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, peace.